We got a new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order update that includes some fixes, and I actually want to look ahead as well and see what the future of this game holds. Because there is namely a feature they talked about before release that is not in the game yet, and there are of course other things that I would love to see. And Respawn also notes that they are far from done with the series. A like on the video would of course be super appreciated. And let's go. Let's go quickly over that 1.04 update. They namely made it so that you cannot bypass the area near the Wanderer on Dathomir. I think where you need to have the double jump. I guess some people already found a way to access that location early, pretty wild. Some people could not get the double-bladed lightsaber in that same area on Dathomir. Well, this has been addressed. And they also improved the collision on the Bogano planet. Also, they said that they switched the color of the force bar, making it easier to read, but I have a hard time noticing the difference comparing the footage from before the update and after the update. So if I'm missing something, then totally let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious. Overall, it's just a big focus on game-breaking issues that people were having. Not really any big performance improvements that the game desperately needs, but hopefully we will see that in the future. I will, by the way, leave a link to the patch notes in the video description so you can read it for yourself. But again, these are mostly very specific fixes. There is no mention of the photo mode, and that's actually weird because this was something that was planned for the game. During the Game Informer month-long coverage, they asked the director some quick-fire questions, including if there would be a photo mode.
Photo mode?
Yes.
So I guess they removed it at the last minute because this interview was posted in July of this year, or hopefully they delayed it and it's still planned for the future. The game of course looks beautiful, so it would be awesome if you could take some pictures, so hopefully that's something we see later on. What wasn't planned is the New Game Plus mode, because in the same interview this was the response.
New Game Plus?
No.
It's not like a flat out no. I mean, we also have those in this interview. It's still kind of doubtful, but yeah, I think this means that they could not fit it in at launch and get the game ready in time. Some games of course add the New Game Plus then later, but we have no word on if that will happen for Jedi Fallen Order. And what I learned from covering many games here on the channel that all launched without a New Game Plus mode is that it's always harder than it seems, because they really have to make sure that the game is still balanced and fun if you already have everything unlocked. For this game, I think it would make sense if they removed the force powers that you actually unlock while playing through the main story, like the push and the pull, but that you actually keep all your cosmetics, all your lightsaber colors and stuff like that, and also all your combat skills. Still easier said than done, of course, because some skills are also linked to the force powers that you unlock through the main story. But yeah, let's hope they figure it out and spend the time to make this mode. It's really the #1 request right now. They are very likely aware that we want this. Now fingers crossed. What I also hope to see is a wave-based arena. We already got a small taste of that of course in the main story with the Haction fight pit, and when I was playing it I was like, whoa, did they really include a repeatable wave-based mode? But then it was over in just a few minutes. While they already created this arena and the crowd, it would really be awesome if we could revisit this and actually have multiple challenges against many different enemies from all the different planets. Like that we have enemy combinations that we could not encounter in the main game because the creatures were all on different planets. The combat in this game is really good, and I think it would fit very well in an arena style gameplay mode. Fingers crossed for something like this, or any content at all. At the announcement, EA made it very clear that there will be no microtransactions, no loot boxes, and that they won't be adding them after launch. But they did not say anything about story DLC. But yeah, nothing is announced either. Respawn is not done with Star Wars though. In an article on Games Radar, they asked Respawn's brand strategy director Charlie Hauser if Respawn would be interested in continuing the story of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order with future titles, and then Hauser replied with a definitive yes. Then he continues by saying that they had an absolute blast making Fallen Order. For a new team that's come together at Respawn, it's been a lot of learning to pull this off, pending player reaction and feedback and how everyone's feeling about it, we would love to continue making awesome experiences and stories and keep telling that story in Star Wars. Basically saying, if they let us, we would totally make more Star Wars game. And in a Game Informer interview, director Stick also noted that he would love to make more Star Wars games. And I think that EA is fine with that too. They namely announced that Jedi Fallen Order was the fastest selling digital launch of a Star Wars game ever, and that it became EA's top selling Star Wars title on PC in its initial launch window, and that's really big. And let's not forget that Rise of Skywalker will totally help and give this game a boost as well. So yes, Jedi Fallen Order is a huge success, and that we will see a sequel or another similar game from Respawn seems to be a safe bet. Jason Schreier from Kotaku seemed to be sure about that too, saying that he cannot wait to see what Respawn does with the sequel. And we of course know Jason right, he published some big Anthem EA articles recently, so likely has some sources inside Respawn as well. Let's hope they support this original game first, before they move on to the sequel. Like, of course we get performance improvements, but some actual content or a New Game Plus mode would be very welcome too. Otherwise, we likely have to wait 3 years for a game that will only launch on the next gen platforms. So let's hope they stick with this one, because there is still so much more they can do. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you want them to immediately go to the sequel, or first put out some DLC or the New Game Plus mode or stuff like that? Subscribe of course for way more Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order content. Want to keep you up to date on all the updates and stuff like that. Like this video to support the channel, and totally check out my previous video on some secrets you might not know about inside the game. For now though, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.